Once more, men of Kislev, to the defense of your homeland. And wow, are those custom mustaches? Or were these assets from the base game? I don't know. Regardless, though, mustaches worthy of Kislev. We've got basically Kislevite huntsmen here, keepers of the hunt in Vanguard, up against Hell Pit, of course, geographically close to Kislev. Ever a threat. The rats are coming. Rat hordes. We've got some Ungol horse archers also in Vanguard and rushing up the hill. Some more Ungol infantry. Gospodar warriors. So the Tsarina, which in this mod has an awesome sled mount. This sleigh is absolutely ridiculous and amazing at the same time, and I love it. I don't know if this is loreful or if this will make it into Game 3, but man, I really hope so. It's cool. I don't want to give you guys false hope and expectations, though, but yeah, up against Hell Pit, they've got some Rat Ogres, a handful of weapons teams online from Clan Scryer as well, fire throwers, Rattling guns, and so forth. Skaven Slaves getting into the line already. We've got some Vikstrin's Death Squad, vanguarded out on the side there, pushing up the flank. A couple of Winged Hussar units, the Griffin Legion even, and the Circle of the Bear, which is another kind of upgraded version. Looks like they have more armor, but they don't actually. They're only 85, but they do have magic resistance, and also this Aura of Protection, which we've seen on a number of units, gives them some damage resistance. But the Ungols, unfortunately for me, they do get caught up by some hounds there. It's an absolute disaster for them. Peering through the woods here, you can see the archers just firing in brutally on the lines here, just pouring in arrows on these poor weapons teams. Likewise, the Tsarina on her sleigh, almost acting as like a demi-Volkmar here, pulling in and out of the lines, cycle charging as much as she can. Some clan rats are getting back and getting on to the Keepers of the Hunt. They do have okay melee stats. And likewise, this Priest of Urson here, a very strong character, basically like a Warrior Priest, but in this mod has Banner of Eternal Flame like the Warrior Priest does, and some AoE buffs and debuffs. This one, though, does make units unbreakable, like plus 15 attack and defense in an AoE, which is quite strong. Likewise, gives additional charge bonus and AP damage, assuming that's mostly for Bear Cavalry, but pull the Griffin Legion and the Circle of the Bear away from this other side. We're going to charge in on these weapons teams, just keep them shut down, not able to fire. So one unit of Rattling guns, though, is in a position to start shooting, and they do open up on those cavalry. Griffin Legion pushing back, trying to take out some of those Clan Rat Spears, but ooh, that's the dreaded 13th spell? It was, and in fact, I don't know if Wei meant to do this, but he did actually summon the Sword and Shield version rather than the Halberds. Might have been better to have the halberds there against my heavy cavalry, but also, you know, the regular sword and shield are quite good as well. I'm going to be trying my best to pull away there, but the Vikstrin's Death Squad do get into my archers and just start to absolutely carve them up. Decent melee stats will only go so far. But we'll keep it in nice, close cinematic mode as the Griffin Legion, Circle of the Bear, pound back and forth, cycle charging various units. This little pocket here, you can see the Priest of Urson does use his Growling Fury, up to 81 charge on those Griffin Legion, 59 for the Circle of the Bear, and yeah, 50-40 stats with flaming damage. Not that that matters much, but it helps against nothing here, but it helps in, you know, my mind. I guess the Packmaster up on this Brood Horde here, who's been playing in the mobile game, not allowing my Ungols to do a lot. He does have regeneration, so that Banner of Eternal Flame might come in handy against him in the late game. But my archers mostly been pushed away at this point. Largely the Ungols have as well due to the terror of the Packmaster there. So that's a rough situation for me. Balance power slightly against me even here, as I've got some Ungol warriors very much over pursuing. They're going to be in this back area and just try and clean up some of these various weapons teams. My Winged Hussar, Elite Winged Hussars are also getting quite low. Whoops, on HP there. Thankfully, though, the Tsarina does have a healing potion in this mod. She popped that, she healed herself back up, and is now feeling quite good. Does have the Weeping Blade sundering her armor, but just kind of chilling for now. The Packmaster comes up, looking like he wants to maybe rumble. We're going to throw the Priest of Urson, or at least try and path him over there to attack the Packmaster, since he gives flaming damage, and anything else nearby will also have flaming damage. He does have okay stats in and of himself, but fortunately the Wolf Rats are going to rush in. They'll get some healing, and also they'll inundate the Gracier, but there's a nice little rear charge by the Circle of the Bear. Griffin Legion also come charging in, so we should be able to clear out these hounds. The Vixtran's Death Squad also involved, though, so the Weeping Blade will be active. Yeah, 45 armor on those Griffin Legion, 42 on the Circle of the Bear. We do use the Urson Prayer buffs, though, to keep them from routing. Kislev units, as I mentioned before in this mod, do have amazing leadership, though, so it's unlikely that they would rout. But the Priest of Urson here are now getting absolutely cut up by the Vixtran Death Squad alongside the Packmaster. Packmaster also dealing a lot of damage here, so that Priest of Urson, unfortunately, is going to get terrified away here. Tsarina trying to bail him out with some ice spells, but it's not going to be enough. Thankfully, I've got plenty more Unggols kind of scattered around. More coming back here, more coming back here. The Cav also alive. Managed to break some infantry units there. Pushing back up for a nice big charge. The Packmaster sticking close to his Gracier boss at this point. But how are things going in the background? We've got some Keepers of the Hunt coming back from route, a handful of Unggols on the side of the map there, so balance of power starting to shift in my favor as we grind through the Skaven, but there's still a potential for them to try and come back. This Packmaster obviously going to be healing, has tons of healing cap space left, that Unholy Clamor as well, helping to keep his leadership high, keep him from routing, so I'm going to have to be careful with the Tsarina. Does give herself a little bit of damage resistance, 22% damage resistance, and the Shield of Cold on top of her ability here, which I want to say, did I actually bring that? Or item that gives her, like, damage resistance? I must not have brought it. Anyway, oh, here it is. Disabled if hit points are greater than 50%, so this should be active, maybe? I don't know. I don't actually see it active here. That's interesting. But at the very least, she does have some ward save from the various things. That ability gives her a little bit there. The Circle of the Bear, if she has high winds of magic, will also in that aura of protection. The Unggols finally come back to the roost, facing off against the dreaded Hoopty Cart and the Clan Rat summons, which will keep coming as long as this Gracier, who's having a grand old time up on that bell, as long as he has charges left and winds of magic. But a nice little rear charge here from the Griffin Legion, Circle of the Bear, trying to beat this Plague Priest down. Or sorry, yeah, Gracier Lord of Plague. Priest of Urson also comes back very low on his leadership, but unfortunately the Nemesis Packmaster also recovered his leadership, recovered a bit of HP, comes in for a rear charge. I'm going to have to pull away with my Hussars, the Winged Lancers. Also, the Terror kicks in for the Unggols, and they all run for the hills, so Skaven with a little bit of a pushback here. I do think, though, that my Keepers of the Hunt should be able to finish things off. We're just going after the Gracier right now. Tsarina, though, does have a 68 charge up on her sleigh, so she can kind of come in here, get a little bit of a charge, maybe keep the Packmaster in place long enough for my Cav to rally and potentially come get a rear charge here. The Griffin Legion do recover their leadership. And, yeah, with the Tsarina nearby, they get a nice lancing rear charge. Tsarina pulls up on her sleigh, and that's the end for the Packmaster, triggering army losses. Another victory for Kislev. Very fun stuff, well played away. Big shout out to the mod author once again, or authors rather. Yeah, Tsarina, quite strong on her sleigh, and in general in this mod, I find her to be pretty good. 1,000 damage value, pretty good stuff. Priest of Urson also isn't too expensive, mostly just here for the buffs, which he did provide. As a result, these Ungold warriors, man, 400 points plus each in terms of value, which is pretty good considering they only cost 400 points. Lots and lots of kills too, 151, 149, 77, 109, so just clearing the chaff like it's nobody's business. Keepers of the Hunt also got some great value largely, using their anti-large bows to shoot in, and also fighting in melee. The Griffin Legion, man, 1,700 damage value. Really, really nice. The Circle of the Bear, a little bit more expensive, didn't quite pay for themselves, but also 1,200 damage value. Pretty good stuff. Unggols didn't do quite as well in this one as I've done with them in some of the other battles, but that's, you know, skirmish cav for you. They are sometimes micro-intensive. For Wei's side, Gracier actually hung around a lot longer than I was thinking he could. Credit to Wei here for disrupting my backline with the Hounds. One of them, 1,100 damage value. The Rat Ogres also doing okay. Didn't get quite as good a work done, but the weapons teams definitely had a hard time just getting bunker busted by mass arrows there. Counter shooting. Vixtran's Death Squad, 160 kills, 1,700 damage value. Man, if he had brought just a spam of the Death Runners, I would have probably had some serious problems. But Clan Rat's actually trading okay too. 724 damage value, specifically on this Clan Rat, is very impressive. Clan Rats are a unit that I'm not the biggest fan of bringing. I think summoning them is obviously just fine, but bringing them as a unit can sometimes be a bit of a trap. These spears here actually acquitted themselves reasonably well. Packmaster doing an okay job tanking damage and terrifying away a lot of my missile units, but it wasn't quite enough at the end of the day, so well played away once more. This will be kind of, maybe not the last Kislev game, maybe for the next couple weeks, we'll see. It kind of depends on your guys' response. I recorded 3 of these videos all on the day the trailer was released because I'm literally that hyped, so hopefully you guys are hyped now too. We'll keep the hype train rolling as long as it takes to get to Game 3, so stay tuned for that. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification button, share if you found the video useful, entertaining, or informative, and we'll see you next time.